Hello, my name is Erik Richmond. I'm a firefighter paramedic with the Mesquite Fire Department. Today I'm going to be going over the basic steps of performing CPR on a person who you believe is in distress or in need of CPR. Now I'd like to point out that the first and most important thing you need to remember is to call 911 anytime you believe a person is in distress. It's important to immediately call 911 in order to get resources on their way to you as quick as possible. Now also keep in mind, if you believe a person is in need of CPR, if you find them on a couch or a bed or some other surface, you need to move them to a hard, level surface, such as this. So now that we've come upon our person, our victim, or we've moved them to the ground, we have a nice, hard, level surface. The important thing is to, again, call for 911 if you haven't done so already. And if there's someone else with you, have them go call 911. Make sure you point at a person, clearly determine who needs to do it, and tell them, go call 911. As well as if you're in a public place, have someone else go see if they can find an AED. Most public locations, most public buildings, airports, things like that, have AEDs. If there's an AED available, when they bring it, the most important thing to do is turn it on. It will walk you through everything you need to do. Just follow the instructions of the machine and you can't go wrong. If you're at home and you don't have an AED, that's okay. We're still going to do CPR. We're going to focus on hands-only CPR. At this point, we need to determine if the person is truly unresponsive. The easiest way to do that is to simply lightly tap them. You don't want to injure them, but you want to tap them hard enough and loud enough that you could wake a normal person. Sir, are you okay? I've had no response. This person appears to be unresponsive. The next thing I'm going to do is check for a pulse. 2 fingers, you can find a pulse on yourself on either side of the neck. Do not check both sides of the neck at the same time. You could occlude the carotid arteries. Simply take your fingers, find where you would on yourself, on the victim, apply slight pressure, and feel for a beating. This should take no more than 10 seconds to determine if there's a pulse or not. When in doubt, assume that there is not. Next, once we've determined if there's no pulse or there is, we need to determine if they're breathing. We're going to do this by look, listen, and feel. Again, like the pulse, this should take no more than 10 seconds to determine. What I mean by look, listen, and feel is we'll do all 3 things at the same time. We're going to look at their chest, looking for a chest rise and fall. We're going to listen if we can hear air coming out of their nose or mouth. And we'll also feel whether we can feel air coming out of the nose or mouth. In this position, I can both look, listen, and feel all in the same time and accomplish this in less than 10 seconds. Once we've determined that a person is unresponsive, not breathing, and has no pulse, we need to begin CPR. The way to begin this is to find the center of the person's chest. You should feel the bony prominence that is the sternum. Take the heel of your hand, place that in the center of the chest. Take your other hand, place it on top. You can interlace your fingers if that's most comfortable. Lock out your elbows, bringing the majority of your upper body weight in line with the victim. This will help support you and provide the most effective compressions. You'll begin compressions down and come all the way up. You do not need to bounce. You do not need to remove your hands. Keep your hands in contact with the victim, but it is important that you come all the way up. When you compress, your compression should be at least 2 inches deep and at a rate of 100 to 120, like so. Once you've called 911, you can place the phone on speaker, or if someone else has called 911 for you, the call taker at 911 will walk you through these steps and can also help you keep a good rhythm. Again, continue doing compressions. Do not stop until help arrives and tells you to, or you can simply no longer go on. And that is the basics of performing CPR. Thank you.